what jobs would I recommend for you as a student nurse to actually have while you're still in nursing school? So listen, I totally understand not everybody has the opportunity to be able to have a parent or have a place to live in with no expenses, no additional expenses that you need, because somebody's actually giving you some allowances, let's say for something like that, and you're in nursing school. But for some people, and actually most people, we do have to work to be able to have some extra funds just in case if there are some things we need to purchase or we need to be able to have and take care of ourselves, like just basic daily food while we're in nursing school, right? So what jobs would I recommend you for having, right? It's a great question. Now, before we move on, I just want to introduce myself. This is Nurse Mike with IamNursing.com. Thank you so much. If this is the first time you're watching one of our videos, don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to comment down below and share your experiences. So let's go ahead and get started. What jobs do I think you need to have? Well, there are two main categories that you need to kind of look into about the job that you have while you're in nursing school. The first category is, can it give you exposure, in the field you're trying to get into, right? So a lot of people who become nursing assistants, do go into nursing school and become nurses eventually, whether it's an LPN, whether it's an associate's degree RN or a baccalaureate's degree in RN. Or you can be any other part of the medical field, like phlebotomy technicians or anything like that. So having exposure, in the field of nursing to be able to see, what are going to be expected of you as a nurse. You can actually have colleagues that you work with that you can actually ask for information, right? Because you have a bunch of nurses working with you. You can kind of ask them for some, some tips, some tricks, all these different things that's going to make your nursing school even better. Now remember, even if you just have this small, minute amount of experience or exposure in the medical field, when you're in nursing school, it makes it a lot easier for you, because for the people that never had experiences or knows what they're going to be expecting really, until they're put there in front of them, they sometimes have a lot harder times to adjust. So having a job where you have exposure to the medical field is probably one of the best jobs to have while you're in nursing school. Now, the second category I would also look into is what they call enabling jobs, right? This may be a job that's not in the medical field, but it enables you to actually have time. So pretty much one of the things you're going to be losing a lot when you're in nursing school is time. And time is valuable and time is money. So the last thing you want to do is to be able to have a job that is going to cause you to actually commute for long periods of time that you might end up in traffic. So, imagine that if you have to drive an hour and a half just to go to work sometimes, and then another hour or so coming back, that's 3 hours lost in a day when you could actually be at home studying. You could be at a Starbucks studying. You could be at some, classmates' home, just pretty much studying, doing a group study. Right? So you want what they call an enabling job that makes it easier for you to be able to study. So less commute, for example. Another one is maybe you can find a job that is flexible enough to give you a good schedule, right? Where you might have to work only during the days that you don't have any classes, right? This allows you to be able to have time to study and not be too stressed or too tired to actually go to work and then go to school as well. The next thing is less stress. You want a position that does not have too much stress going on for you. Because trust me, nursing school already as it is going to be very stressful for you. And if you are actually having to be, involved in a position where there's so much stress involved in it, that by the time that you go home, when you should be studying, you're just like, I need to relax, I need to rest, I need to go to sleep, I need to rebound from this. And if it has to take you a few minutes, even hours of just trying to relax before you can actually put yourself in the position to start studying, that can also take time away from your studies and also can affect your grades. And so those are two categories that I always recommend a lot of my students, doing when they try to find a position, a job, when they're actually going to school for nursing. Now listen, I totally understand some people can say that, well, Michael, that's impossible. The job I have right now pays good, allows me to be able to take care of my family, and I can also go to school. Look, I will not say anything bad about that. I'm just trying to give advice regarding what I see can be done to make it easier. Sometimes you just have to make that initial investment. Now listen, if you can actually be really good at what you're doing, even though if the job is stressful, okay, even if the job is stressful, but then you can still do and get good grades, then keep the job. But sometimes when students are coming to me and saying, Michael, you know what, my job is just too stressful and it's causing me pains and problems with my school, then I'll tell them, I said, well, maybe you have to make a decision. Do you want to keep on working right now, or do you really want to just invest in yourself with this nursing program so that you can get out of here as soon as possible and start making the money that you actually want and having the career that you've been wanting? So think about those two things. Enabling jobs, okay, is a really, really good thing. And then also a job that has exposure into the medical field. Now imagine if you can actually get both of those jobs. That right there is going to be better. You're going to get a job that actually is also an enabler, which is going to make it so easier for you in nursing school. So I hope you guys like this video. If you have any comments, comment down below, share with other people, subscribe this video, or not this video, to this channel. I would truly, truly appreciate that. So once again, this is Nurse Mike with IamNursing.com. Always understand that I am nursing, you are nursing, and we are nursing.